an unconscious thing that we do, right? You know, you make a mistake at work and it's like, oh, I'm so stupid, right? I know I'm guilty of, if I trip on the sidewalk, I'm such a klutz, I'm so clumsy. And so we have to look at ways to negate that stuff, because if you listen to anything that Louise Hay ever does, or you read any of her books, I know that I have her CD, You Can Heal Your Life, and one of the things she says in there is every thought you think is an affirmation, right? And if every thought you think is an affirmation, every thought you think counts, and if that's the case, then we really need to be mindful of the thoughts we think and the things we say about ourselves and about our environment. So if you're not happy with your current circumstances, then it's time to take stock of the thoughts you're thinking and the things you're saying, not only about yourself, but about your environment, okay? And so the tool that I want to share with you guys today is affirmations. How many of you use positive affirmations right now? Yay! And how many of you are doing them on a regular basis? Excellent, I love it. And so for those of you who aren't familiar with positive affirmations are positive statements, obviously, about yourself or about your environment. And there are some keys to making your affirmations really effective. The first is to start with I am. I am is considered to be the name of God, and it doesn't get much more powerful than that as far as starting off your affirmations. And the second thing you want to do is keep it in the present tense. So even if these affirmations aren't true for you right now, what you're doing is you're claiming it to become true for you. So what you're doing is you're reprogramming your subconscious mind to believe that this is a possibility for you. And if you've studied quantum physics or the law of attraction, then you know how this works, but you don't need to understand the mechanics of it to make it work for you. So I am in the present tense, and you also want to make these statements really emotional. You want to be able to evoke the emotion that you're going to experience when these affirmations become a reality for you. So for example, I could use the affirmation of I am a great life coach, positive in the present tense, but not really enough to get me excited, right? So what I would do instead is say something like, I am an effective life coach that helps transform my clients and help them achieve their goals and aspirations and live the life they've always wanted to. A little bit more detail, a little bit more, so I can get excited about that because I know what it feels like when I do help clients achieve their goals and transform their minds and release those negative habits that aren't serving them. And so that's what you want to do when you're creating your affirmations. You want start off with I am in the present tense, and you want it to be really full of emotion. And the fourth component to making your affirmations effective is repetition. Because it's one thing to have the affirmations, but if you're not going to really claim them for yourself on a regular basis, you're not really going to be able to make them work for you in the way that you want them to. So I suggest doing them at a minimum of twice a day, first thing in the morning to start off your day, and last thing at night before you go to bed. And one of the tools that helped me do that is when I worked with my life coach was he suggested to do multiple sets of your affirmations. So I have index cards on the nightstand, index cards in my bathroom, because I actually like doing them as part of my mirror work, so I look myself dead in the eye and say the affirmations to myself. I have a set at my desk at work, and then I even have a set in my luggage that I use for business or personal travel, just so that they're there for me at all times. And having the multiple sets not only helps with the repetition aspect of it, but it's sort of there as your negative self-talk first aid kit, right? So when you're experiencing the challenges in your life, when you're going through the rough patches or the obstacles, you have those affirmations there for you that you can reach for to start canceling out the negative self-talk, right? Because you have that negative thought, and you can at least reach for those cards and just cancel it out right then and there. And that's one of the handy things about having them with you sort of in the places where you spend the most time. Now, I got a little carried away with the affirmations. When I first started doing them, my boyfriend was on a 3-month trip to India, and when he came back, I'm sure he thought that the sticky notepads had exploded in the condo, because I had them in the bedroom, I had them in the general living space, I had them in the bathroom, and he was like, what is going on, right? And then I went even a little bit more left and started writing them in dry erase marker on the bathroom mirror. So he came home after seeing that, and he was like, seriously? I'm like, don't worry, it'll rub off. I did test it first. I suggest if you're going to do it, make sure it will actually rub off first. But what's cool about having the affirmations all over the place is that they're seeping into his subconscious mind, even though I didn't put them up there for him. right? So sometimes when we're having conversations about the struggles that we're going through and stuff like that, or he's an entrepreneur himself and he'll talk about, you know, challenges that he's having at work, and he will quote one of the affirmations that's on the wall, and I'm like, it's getting to you. Which makes me think that I may have to start creating some other affirmations, like I'm a great dishwasher, and I'll let you know how that works out. But that's the thing though, right? Affirmations won't just help you in creating a positive mindset, it'll help anybody in your life. So I mean, you have kids and the whole idea of doing dry erase marker sounds fun to you, then maybe you can get some markers and have them write affirmations on their own bathroom mirrors, or maybe you want to get index cards and stick it in their lunch bag every once in a while, or in your spouse or partner's lunch bag every once in a while, so they have something to remind them about how great they are as well, right? Because that stuff can never hurt, right? And it's definitely a nice way, a nice surprise for them to, you know, in the middle of their day when they're going into their lunch to pull out that and see that there, right? And I just think that affirmations are such a great tool because, like I said, it's so easy for us to revert back to the negative self-talk, and especially when you're having those stressful moments, it's easy to revert back to habits that don't serve us. And it's really about, affirmations are there to help you remember how great you are, right? To help you celebrate all of the wonderful things that you're capable of doing. And the reality is that negative self-talk, I mean, it affects all of us, regardless of age, ethnicity, sex, like we've all experienced it. And if we want to experience more positivity in our life, if we want to experience all the greatness that we deserve, then affirmations are a really great way to do it. And I just wanted to share this Alan Cohen quote with you because I thought it was such a great thought to share. And it says, "Wouldn't it be powerful if you fell in love with yourself so deeply that you would do just about anything if you knew it would make you happy? This is precisely how much life loves you and wants you to nurture yourself. The deeper you love yourself, the more the universe will affirm your worth. Then you can enjoy a lifelong love affair that brings you the richest fulfillment from the inside out." And that's a quote from Alan Cohen. And I wanted to share that with you because I think that it's the most amazing thing you can do for yourself is to affirm your own greatness, to celebrate all the things that you have to offer to the world. And I almost forgot, but I did bring some index cards just in case any of you are inspired to do some affirmations today, because I think it is such a great tool and it's worked for me, and I'm sure that those of us in the room who actually do affirmations now can attest to their power. And I just wanted to thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my thoughts and stories on the joys of affirmations. I wish you a fantastic day, a fantastic week, and thank you so much for your time.